If their daughter is never found, Kate and Gerry McCann say this is all about a fitting legacy for her. The interest across Europe in Madeleine's case hasn't dimmed. They want to use that high profile to save other children. Nearly a year after Madeleine disappeared from the family's holiday apartment in the Algarve, they wonder if a Europe-wide alert system would have found her.
It probably would have increased the chances for sure. You know, we had enough information at that point, and bearing in mind Madeleine was only 3. You know, that implies it's a very, very concerning disappearance, regardless of the circumstances. And I do believe it might have made a difference, but we don't know for sure. But
I think one of the most frustrating things that we've had is, we've had worldwide media interest because Madeleine could be absolutely anywhere.
What they want is something similar to the Amber Alert network in the US. Within half an hour of a child being reported missing, police would be able to broadcast an alert with the child's name and description on TV and radio. It would allow news alerts or information such as a suspect's vehicle registration number to be flashed up on motorway signs. And people would be able to call a Europe-wide information line when police suspect a child is missing. The frustration is that the European Commission has already set up a Europe-wide missing child hotline, but only 4 countries have adopted it. That, campaigners say, is a sign of a patchy approach and a lack of political will.
But it's incredibly frustrating, and it's particularly bad when you've been, like I have, and in fact the McCanns went to the States just recently, and you see what's happening in America. And in America, they have independent states, and yet they created a system that works.
For the McCanns, developments in Portugal are never far away. In particular now, police calls for a reconstruction of the night Madeleine disappeared.
We aren't averse to come back, but we want to know who else would be involved, what the objectives are and how's that going to be achieved.
we need to know there's a chance that it might help find Madeleine.
Because unfortunately, I suppose the concern is there'll be a complete media circus.
The McCanns say they're still hopeful. This campaign, though, is another reminder for them of what might have been. Greg Milam, Sky News, Brussels.